Hello everybody, I'm Exany, and today I wanted to thank everyone and anyone who has ever watched a video on this channel because it recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and that's like a huge milestone. I want to thank you all. Like, if I could, I would give you all a big hug, but I mean, I'm talking at you through a computer, so I can't really, but know that you're all great. And I wanted to talk to you about something. It's not TF2, it's more, something personal, and that's, what is an Exany? I mean, you probably don't care. It's probably just a hard to pronounce word, and that's what I call myself. Probably don't even recognize a little robot that someone said looked like a robot with big ol' breastises hanging out down on my profile picture. It's actually not breast, it's its big ol' hands, and I wanted to kind of go into the etymology of my name, or the history, the origins of what an Exany is. So to really go back to the origin of the name Exany, we have to go back to the very first time I used it. And this was in elementary school, actually, 4th grade to be exact, and I used it when I created a Club Penguin account. And you might be like, okay, why is an elementary schooler putting in a name like Exany? Did you just mash your keyboard and hope a name came out? Well, no, actually. It's from a book I read when I was little. In the book, The Shadow Children, the second book to be exact, Among the Imposters, they use an insult and they call the character an Exnay, E-X-N-A-Y. And I was like, man, I remember that was an insult they used, but I bet I could use that as a name. And I forgot how they spelled it, and I switched the N and the A, and it's really dumb, and I've been using it ever since just because I like the way it sounds. It's got an X, it's got a Y, it's only missing a Z. That would make it the perfect word. But yeah, that's the origin of the name. I used it ever since, except for when I used to play RuneScape in 5th and 6th grade, and I used the name BB112233, which was way worse than Exany. Went right back to that next game I played. So you might be like, okay, so the name Exany just comes from your dumb child brain not knowing how to spell a word that he read in a book. But what is the giant robot? Is that just there coincidentally? Did you find a picture you like? Well, the picture is actually drawn by the handsome cow, a really good friend of mine, and he's also an amazing artist. But our freshman year of high school, I had just met him, and he invited a group of us to go play Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't really have many friends in high school, my freshman year, because in middle school, everyone I knew had gone to other schools. I only ever really talked to 2 or 3 people in middle school and elementary school. I was kind of, not a loner, but I just didn't have many friends. And he invited a group of us to go play Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't know what to name my character, so I'm I'm just going to use the same name I've used in every game I've ever played. So I named my first character Exany, and I make him a super default human fighter. I just want to be the normal dude, and this is the first time I ever roleplayed, so this is just, I'm going to do the basic thing. I thought I was being really clever with this. I wrote that my character was from the future in his backstory, because that would make it a forestory instead of a backstory, and I thought that was really funny. But the handsome cow, the week before, had been sick, and he had binge watched all the Terminator movies, and he assumed that my character was the Terminator because of this. I mean, it was just a small joke that I put in because I didn't really want to come up with a complex backstory, and he turned me into a robot in that campaign. It was a lot of fun. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't follow half of the rules because none of us actually read the book, but it was a whole lot of fun, and that's where the Exany character that you see on my profile icon comes from. And that's really the whole story behind that. It's also just a character that I really like. We spent 2 years playing that campaign almost, and it was a whole lot of fun. I made a lot of good friends doing that. I mean, I still talk and play with the handsome cow. He's the whole reason I even played Team Fortress 2 in the first place. But if you made it through this far, it's not going to be a very long video, but I just wanted to say thank you to anyone and everyone who subscribed to this channel. I still remember all the people who have left comments on the very first few videos I made, giving me support. And I'm really glad to see some of you sticking around. And I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Lovable Pyro Strands and Mr. Dan the Medic Man, because these people have donated items to me. I don't ask them to do it. They add me on their own free will and just be like, hey, I like what you do. Here, take an item. And that's really cool. I don't expect items from anybody, but when someone does, or someone adds me, or someone comments on a video saying something nice, or constructive criticism or anything like that, it really does, make me feel really good, because I know that these people are watching. They really like what I'm putting out. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're trying to tell me something that I could really improve on. And that kind of feedback, or just knowing that people watch what I make, is really amazing, and I wanted to thank you all for reaching this milestone, and I hope that it's going to be great. I mean, I can't promise many videos for the next few weeks because I'm going to be cracking down on finishing the next Know the Numbers video, but once that's out, I have a few more ideas of things I want to make before I get started on the next one. So with all that, I hope you have a great night, and yeah, peace out.